Hey, future officers, feeling the pressure of prelims, mains, and that dreaded interview. What if I told you that 2,500 years ago, a prince felt a similar kind of existential crisis and ended up creating a philosophy that could help you ace your GS Paper 1? Yes, we're diving into Buddhism, but forget the boring textbook version. We're going to make it fun, memorable, and up-serious. So, picture this. A young prince, Siddhartha Gautama, living the high life in a palace. He's got everything: wealth, comfort, you name it. But one day he steps outside and sees the real world. An old man, a sick person, a dead body. This is what we call the four great sights. He realizes that life is full of suffering, or dukkha. It hits him hard. Imagine you, after seeing a super tough mock test paper, realizing the long road ahead. That's the vibe. Siddhartha couldn't just go back to his palace life. He left everything behind at age 29 in what's known as the Mahabhinishkrama, or the Great Renunciation. He wandered for 6 years, trying all sorts of extreme methods to find answers, like fasting until he was just skin and bones. But nothing worked. He realized that torturing the body wasn't the answer, and neither was indulging in luxury. This led him to a groundbreaking idea: the Madhyama Pratipada, or the middle path. For you, it's like realizing that studying 20 hours a day without sleep is as bad as not studying at all. Balance is key. Finally, he sat under a pipal tree in Bodh Gaya, determined not to get up until he found the truth. And after 49 days of deep meditation, boom, enlightenment. He became the Buddha, the enlightened one. His first sermon was at the deer park in Sarnath, to his 5 former companions. This event is called Dharmacakra, or the turning of the wheel of law. This is where he laid out the core of his teachings. So, what did he teach? The Four Noble Truths. Super logical, like solving a math problem. First, the truth of suffering, or dukkha. Life has suffering. We can all agree on that, right? Especially during exam season. Second, the truth of the cause of suffering, or sin. The cause is desire, craving, and attachment. Wanting that top rank, fearing failure. That's the root of your stress. Third, the truth of the cessation of suffering, or nirvana. It's possible to end this suffering. There is a way out. This is your nirvana, your liberation from the cycle of prelims, mains, and interviews. Fourth, the truth of the path to the cessation of suffering, or magga. And this path is the Ashtangika, the Eightfold Path. Think of the Eightfold Path as your ultimate study plan for life. It's divided into 3 parts: wisdom, ethical conduct, and concentration. For wisdom, you have right understanding and right thought. Basically, know the 4 noble truths and have pure, positive intentions. No more "I can't do this" thoughts. For ethical conduct, you have right speech, right action, and right livelihood. Speak kindly, don't harm others, and earn a living in a way that doesn't cause suffering. As future civil servants, this is your code of conduct right here. And for concentration, you have right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Make an effort to improve. Be aware of your thoughts and feelings in the present moment, and practice meditation to focus your mind. That laser focus you need for the CSAT paper, that's right, concentration. A few other key concepts you must know. First, anatta, or no soul. Buddhism says there's no permanent, unchanging self or soul. We are just a combination of changing physical and mental components. Second, anicca, or impermanence. Everything is in a constant state of flux. Your stress, this difficult phase, even success, it's all temporary. And finally, karma. Every action, thought, and word has a consequence. Put in good karma, like diligent study, and you'll get good results. Now, Buddhism didn't just stay in one form. After Buddha's Mahaparinirvana, or his passing, councils were held to compile his teachings. This is where things get interesting for your exam. The first council was at Rajagriha, right after his death. The second was at Vaishali, about 100 years later, and this is where the first split happened. This split led to the two major schools of Buddhism, Hinayana and Mahayana. Let's break it down simply. Hinayana, or the lesser vehicle, is the older school. It's more orthodox. Their goal is to become an arhat, an enlightened individual who achieves personal liberation, or nirvana. They see Buddha as a great teacher, but not a god. They follow the original teachings of the Pali Canon, known as the Tripitaka has three parts. Vinaya Pitaka, for monastic rules. Sutta Pitaka, for Buddha's sermons. And Abhidhamma Pitaka, for philosophical analysis. Mahayana, or the greater vehicle, came later. They believe in the concept of the Bodhisattva. A Bodhisattva is someone who has attained enlightenment, but delays their own nirvana, out of compassion to help all other beings become enlightened. For them, Buddha is often seen as a divine, godlike figure. They introduced new scriptures and the idea of idol worship. Think of it like this. Hinayana is like clearing the exam for yourself. Mahayana is like clearing the exam and then starting a free coaching center to help everyone else clear it too. From Mahayana, another school emerged, Vajrayana, or the thunderbolt vehicle, which became prominent in Tibet. It uses complex rituals, mantras, and mandalas to achieve enlightenment in a single lifetime. So, why did Buddhism, once so popular, decline in India, the land of its birth? A few reasons. It lost royal patronage after the Gupta dynasty. It faced a resurgence of a reformed and more accessible Hinduism. The monastic orders became corrupt, and the final nail in the coffin was the invasion by Turkic tribes who destroyed monasteries like Nalanda. But its influence is everywhere. Just look at our national emblem, the Ashokan lion capital from Sarnath, and the Dharma chakra in our flag. The principles of peace and non-violence are deeply embedded in our culture. All right, time to test your knowledge. Let's look at some previous year questions. Here's one from 2018. With reference to Indian history, who among the following is a future Buddha yet to come to save the world? The options were Avalokitesvara, Loksvara, Maitreya, and Padmapani. The answer is Maitreya. This is a classic Mahayana concept. Another one from 2017. With reference to the religious history of India, consider the following statements. 1. The concept of Bodhisattva is central to the Hinayana sect of Buddhism. 2. Bodhisattva is a compassionate one, on his way to enlightenment. 3. Bodhisattva delays achieving his own salvation to help all sentient beings on their path to it. Which statements are correct? As we just discussed, the concept of Bodhisattva is central to Mahayana, not Hinayana. So statement 1 is wrong. Statements 2 and 3 perfectly describe a Bodhisattva. So, the correct answer is 2 and 3 only. See, once you understand the concepts, the questions become much easier. You don't just memorize facts. You understand the story, the logic, and the philosophy behind them. So, the next time you feel overwhelmed by your syllabus, remember Siddhartha's journey. Remember the middle path. Find your balance. Understand the cause of your stress, and walk the path to your own version of enlightenment. That coveted spot in the final list. I hope this helped you see Buddhism in a new light. If you enjoyed this journey, hit that like button, share it with your fellow aspirants, and subscribe for more fun history lessons. Let me know in the comments what topic you want to tackle next. Keep studying, stay balanced, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.